All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Barakakodash, to honors to the elders and apostles, of Great Millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim Wa Akwath, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. Another video through the Spirit. Hey, y'all, you had this situation go down with your boy Bud. Right now, here it is. And you know, hey, there's more important things going on in the news. But I wanted to highlight this from the Israelites' standpoint. You're just a nigga, and some of you are just niggas with money. And what's so funny about it? Recently, you know, he did a video not too long ago on with you know, I don't even like saying the Shay Shay show, whatever. Shannon Sharp, right? How, you know, he didn't let money get to his head. He drives a regular truck, right? He's not driving a super, you know, $200,000 Mercedes around. He has a pickup truck. He says, you know, he had made the statement in that interview, money can only get you so far, right? And that's true. Why? Because when you're an Israelite, it doesn't matter how much money you have, you are still just the scum of the earth in this man's kingdom. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, no matter how much status and success you gain in this world, you are still looked at as a piece of shit. Hence, you should not give all of your life force and devotion to this man and his kingdom. Our kingdom is that of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, not of this man's world, not of America. You will always be mistreated. You will always be a second-class citizen. You will always be doubted. You will always be looked down upon. You will always be, your rights will be infringed upon. You will always experience discrimination and prejudice, no matter where you go, no matter who you are, because at the end of the day, you're just a nigga. So let's take a look at what just happened to the champ, the biggest man in his city. In his city, this happened to him. Nonetheless, on his birthday, not too long after his parade, when he got the key to the city.
Stepping out, seatbelt. Opening the door.
You can take mine off of me right here on my right. I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Can I move my phone?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You see, he has a designer shirt on. He has some watches on, but that doesn't mean nothing because you're just a nigga.
Stepping out, seatbelt.
So right there, at gunpoint, big gunpoint. And if he would have squeezed that trigger, boy, hey, you know. And this is in his hometown. This is in his hometown, the day of his birthday, of his parade he had earlier. Matter of fact, let's pull that up. Type in parade, right? They had a whole parade for this guy earlier that same day. You know, he put on that spectacle fight, right? That master tactician, master class fight against Canelo, right? You know, a legend in his own right. Here it is. You're supposed to be the man of the hour, but guess what, Jacob? This is not your world. This is not your kingdom. You are still the descendant of a slave in another man's house. There can only be one boss. There can never be two bosses in a house. And you know, essentially, it was his nigga reminder, right? It was his nigga reminder call. Whether those cops did that purely off coincidence or they were sent to go do that to him to remind him he's just a nigga. Either way, we know, you know, through the Spirit what the deal is, y'all. No matter how big and bad you are. Matter of fact, that's why, hey, y'all, you're better off being lowly and poor and a righteous man in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai than to have notoriety and rank in this world, because really the notoriety in this world is all vain. You see if they can do that to him, what will they do to our lowly black asses who don't have any rank? You know, they'll shoot the shit out of me and you. So the best thing to have, y'all, is to have your name and your reputation in the heavens, because no man can take that from you. And that's really the point of this lesson. you know, not even just making fun of them directly like that, but just showing you y'all are, we're looking for the glory of the kingdom, not the glory of this world, because there is no true glory here. It's all temporary. It's all vain. Psalms 84, I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, for a day in thy courts is better than 1,000. I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. You're better off being lowly and in a good position in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai than to be living it up in this world. Why? Because eventually, y'all, hey, Satan comes calling. You get to live it up for a while. You'll get to have your fun. You'll get to have that happy meal. But remember, you made that crappy deal, like Kanye said, right? And still a nigga. You're still just a nigga. You do all that fighting. You got all that reputation. You got all that name. And you still get treated like a fucking piece of shit, like the average nigga off the block. Here it is, you did boxing so that you wouldn't be subject to the police killing you, so that you could escape the calamities of the hood. Just to have a gun in your face, all the same. Why? Because we're the Israelites. It doesn't matter how far we rise here, y'all. We will always have a stained reputation here. Hey, we're looking for a reputation and a title in the heavens, y'all, to where we can't be stripped from. Matthew 6 and 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Hey, as good as a boxer as he is, right? If he's gone one night, somebody could run up in his house and steal all those belts. Well, the glory that's going to be attributed to the elect and to the remnant, the chosen, no man can take it from you. No man can arrest the glory given to you by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. See, in this white man's world, he can put them cuffs around your wrist that restrict you and take from you your freedom in his world. But nobody can take from you what Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has given to you. Verse 20, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So we set our heart on the things of the kingdom. Why? Because these people can't strip it. In the white man's world, if he gave you a liberty, if he gave you a title or a status, he can take it. We're slaves here. Don't forget that, y'all. Don't ever forget that. So, I paused it for a second. I forgot my train of thought, but I just wanted to show the part, when he got the key to the city, so-called.
So, this just came to my mind. I got the key to the city, right? A lot of y'all probably don't know, but this is my second key to the city. Let's go, bud! So, that means today my day, right? Okay, so, T, you can have that day, all right? The first key to the city is March 4th, the same day as my son. It's a special day, but at the same time, I would never take the light or take anything away from my son, so he can have that day. But tell me, what do this open? Today, whatever you want.
Nothing. It doesn't open anything. It's fictitious. It's a symbol of you being a good boy. Because is he the first nigga to get a key to the city? No. Is he going to be the last one? No. Here it is. They give you niggas a key to the city. But what does it open? Nothing. It doesn't open anything. You're still a slave. The keys you should be looking for is the keys of David, nigga. The keys to the kingdom. Nothing that this so-called white man can offer us is true payment for the suffering that he's done to us. And even though that mayor there is a Jake, we know that this is all under Esau Edom's reign. That key to the city doesn't open anything. The only gate we're trying to get into is the gate of the kingdom, y'all. That's the true keys. That's the true point of arrival that we're trying to reach. Hold up. That's the key we need. And the one who gives us that key is Yahweh Shai. Right? I want to get the one out of Revelation because we know that Peter, which he's David in the reincarnation, that's why he was given a key, right? He's set up over the church as the head apostle, right? The ultimate key giver being Yahweh Shai, which Yahweh Shai gave David the key, and who else is looking for a key? The elect. Revelation 3:7, it says, "And to the angel of the church of Philadelphia write, These things saith he that is holy, and he that is true, and he that hath the key of David. He that openeth, and no man shutteth, and shutteth, and no man openeth." Who is that? Yahweh Shai, through his father Yahweh. That's the true key that we're waiting on, y'all. The keys to the kingdom of heaven through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? In order, by way of the elect, 144,000, right? In proper order. That's the keys that we truly need. No key here is of any true, well, you know what, y'all? It's just that. It's a consolation. It's the loser's prize, and that's the proper definition of that word. The consolation is the prize to those who do not truly win. And that's why it says what in that Luke 6:24, woe to those that are rich, for you have your consolation. Yeah, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. So here it is, you got all that money, you have the fame, you have the status, but guess what? You're still just a lowly nigga. And our lives here are, what does it say, y'all? You go to that in Jeremiah. We're in captivity. So it says he was going to watch over us like a leopard. And while we're in captivity, y'all, our life can be stripped at any time. Oh, matter of fact, you know what? Let me get this one first. I was thinking of Deuteronomy. But I'll get this one actually first in Jeremiah. I knew it was 5. Jeremiah 5:6. "Wherefore a lion out of the forest shall slay them, and a wolf of the evenings shall spoil them. A leopard shall watch over their cities. Every one that goeth out thence shall be torn in pieces, because their transgressions are many, and their backslidings are increased." So in the land of our captivities, y'all, we're not literally being torn apart by wild animals. What does this represent? The fact that we are constantly at a prey. Our life is up for grabs at any moment in time. Why? Because we are not the ruling faction. We are second-class citizens. We are lesser thans. We are made the offscouring of all things, and the filth of the world, as it tells us in 1 Corinthians, the 4th chapter. Here it is, we're the chosen people, but we're the bottom of the statistics and the bottom of the social economical ladder. So it doesn't matter if you have a key. It doesn't matter how fast you are. It doesn't matter how handsome you are, right? For our women, it doesn't matter how big your booty is, how big your breasts are, right? Any one of us are liable to get murked and killed at any given point in time, because we're in the land of our captivities, y'all. So getting the key to the city don't mean nothing. In retrospect, what does it open? Nothing. So here it is. Earlier that day, he got a key to this city. Had a parade, people calling his name. And later on in that night, he almost damn near got hole ridden, y'all. And it would have been a whole different day today. You understand what I'm saying?
Open up, seatbelt. I'm opening the door. You can take mine off of me right here on my right. I'm keeping my hands up. I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Can I move my phone?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep, he's dead ass serious. So who should we really be turning to, y'all? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The glory in this world doesn't mean anything. This ain't true glory. You're just a nigga here. Don't you ever forget that. Yep, I'm gonna end with this. Actually, it's one of my favorites. One of them little hidden jewels. Our condition here, and this was all the way back then, and this still applies now. 1:14, right here. Prayer of Azariah 1:14. It says, "For we, O Lord, are become less than any nation, and be kept under this day in all the world because of our sins." Right? And we're not the least or the less in numbers, but less in reputation and status and notoriety, y'all. These motherfuckers truly look down on us like we're not intelligent, as if we didn't build everything around them that they enjoy. Treat it like shit, talk down on like shit, right? Here it is, and here it is, that dude Crawford. If they didn't have them guns, y'all, that man could literally beat all those guys to death in front of each other, and they'd be helpless to stop him. You know, because he was a grappler too. So a couple of them is getting slammed on their neck on that pavement, neck broke, right? Beat some of the other ones straight beat the bananas up, beat the eyeballs out their head. But none of that means anything. Why? Because we're slaves here. Boy, you's a boy. Now, go ahead, boy, and make a bad move if you want to, boy, and watch us do something to you, boy. And that's how we're treated. So with all these things in mind, y'all, what should we be doing? We should be putting our eyes on the kingdom, because that's the only place we'll get any relief. So that's it, y'all. We give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem HaKakorash. Double honors to the elders and apostles here at Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim wa Aqua, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. Shalom.